Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my weekly portfolio review. For those of you who are new, my name is Paul Novak. I do portfolio review videos on Wednesdays, and then I do personal finance education videos on Saturdays, and that's probably the main part of my channel is my videos on Saturdays. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel. You'd be helping us out. I just do have to remind everybody, I am not a financial professional, not by any means. Just a guy who's interested in investing. I really like saving, investing, spending, talking about money. I use that catchphrase on my channel all the time, but I'm just trying to find ways to make my money work for me, ultimately to have more in life so I can do the things that I want to do. All right, so as we get in this, I've started up these weekly portfolio reviews just to kind of document my journey. Anytime that I'm buying shares of stock, I'm going to put it on here, or selling shares of stock, I'm going to put that on here as well. And it's just going to kind of help me follow along with what I'm doing and helping me explain why I do it, which I think will be neat. So, over the years, I can go back and kind of look at how this portfolio has grown. For me, before I get into my recap for how we did for the week, really two topics I wanted to go over this week. And the first one I'm going to click on is this fund, VUG. Before I actually open that up, you can see right now that my buying power is $5,908. I actually sold $5,904 worth of VUG on Friday, right as the market closed. So I'm going to click on this fund and explain that a little bit. I actually think I'm going to do a video on my channel for Saturday that explains this in a little bit more greater detail, but this is a really neat story. So I bought into this simply as a way to house the money for a hot tub. My wife and I this summer, with the pandemic and everything going on, had a little bit extra money to spend. So we went and we bought a hot tub for our deck. And, with the pandemic going on, we actually, even though we bought the hot tub August 1st, we had to wait 200 days for it to get delivered because all the factories were shut down. So rather than keep that money in a savings account or something like that, I decided to throw it into the market. I kept it simple, put it in an ETF, and wanted to try and make some money off of it to see how we would do. And if you notice here, right, we had to save $5,904 to make the final payment on that hot tub. We still have $918 left. So what's cool is literally just by holding on to that money for the hot tub, we made off at $918. So my game plan is just to let that excess money that we made, let it ride, leaving it in this ETF to see how it'll do. But I just think it is nuts, and I'm just disappointed that I didn't get started sooner, that we can take money and use this as a savings account to make that much money. I think it's pretty cool. So with that being said, I'm actually going to go back into the portfolio here. The next topic I really wanted to cover, because a lot of people have been asking me about this, and I've seen it on, different Facebook forums and things of that nature that I've been on, what my clean energy holdings are within my portfolio. So I thought I'd just briefly walk down through them. They've been some of my most successful stocks, show you what holdings I've got, and then just show how they've performed since I bought it. So my largest holding that I got here is Plug Power. So I'll click on that one. If you guys have watched any of my other videos, you know that I've been very bullish on Plug Power. It's done really, really well for us. As you can see here, since we've bought into it, we bought in at $605 roughly. We've made 160%, and I have not been in them for very long, right? So this is all the way up. Our total value in here is $1,500. Plug Power, I think, is a really good company. It's a hydrogen fuel cell company. No dividends or anything like that, just very high growth, but a company that I'm going to be holding on to for a very long time. I think their future is really bright. And yeah, just a company that's done extremely well in our portfolio. So then I'll go back, look at our next clean energy company. As I scroll down through here, BEP is the next one on here. And if you haven't seen before when I've had my videos, I really sort these by highest dollar amount that I have in my funds, right? So as I scroll down, it just is less equity that I've got for that holding. But BEP is another company that I've been extremely happy with. Brookfield Renewable Partners, another one of my clean energy holdings. And as you can see down here, right, since I've been in, I got $503 in here. I'm up to $719. My gains, and I've been in this one for a while, probably since July, early on when I started my portfolio, up $215, which is cool. The one thing that's different about BEP than Plug Power, I'll scroll down here a little bit, is their dividend yield. So they are not just a growth company. They actually pay out quite a nice dividend as well. So, you know, for me to have in 7-8 months worth of holdings to be up 42% in a company that pays that large of a dividend, again, for me is really, really cool, and a company that I will probably continue to invest heavily in. Like I said, renewable energy for me has been really, really good. As I scroll down, here's another one of my holdings for clean energy. And if I look here, again, and I've been in them for quite a while as well, probably same thing, July timeframe, August timeframe. Again, it's up 13%. So for me to be able to be up that much in less than a year, I think is really solid. And what I like about them as well is they even have a bigger dividend payout than what Brookfield does. So yeah, even though their appreciation hasn't been as high, the dividend payments have been really good. And you can see here as well, right? 493 in, 558 is where we're at right now. So we'll go back. What else we got in here for clean energy? We got Ballard Power. So this is another fuel cell company, very similar to like Plug Power. The growth as well has been really, really high. I haven't been in this company for that long, but again, solid returns at 57%. So what I'm making this video, and it's, you know, early February. And as you can see here, I put $300 in. I didn't put that in until December 26th, I believe. I scroll down here. Yeah, December 26th is when I bought in. So for me to buy in December 26th and already have made 57%, again, another really good company that I'm going to be holding on to for the long term. This company is a growth company, so they don't pay any dividends. But still, when you can see that type of appreciation in stock value, to me, that's pretty solid. All right. Anything else that I have in here for clean energy? I believe this is the last one in the portfolio from a clean energy perspective. So NextEra Energy, they as well pay a dividend. Again, decent gains. So I've put in here so far, what, $321. It's up $51. So you can see that $372.30. So still up 15% since I've been in. And as I look down here again, another decent dividend, 1.69% dividend yield. So for me, you know, that's good. Those three companies that I went through, Brookfield, Clearwave, and then this one, NextEra Energy, those I all have in as kind of my dividend portfolio to help me out for, you know, long-term holds. And I believe, I'm going to scroll down here, I think that's all I've got for clean energy in my portfolio. Yep, that's it. So yeah, I mean, this week, the one thing that is really cool, the whole hot tub thing, I think that's another big plug for why people should be investing. Just, man, to know that I could save that money and just make that in that short period of time to me was really cool. Obviously, there's risk associated with it, right? I don't want to say that any of this is a sure thing. If I went through some of these holdings here that I've got, some have made money, some haven't. The market's been really hot. Just as easy, I could have put my money in there and lost $900 instead of made $900. For me, it was something that I was okay with. If I lost some of those funds, I was okay assuming that risk. I think investing is the way to go. I think if you look at my portfolio, which I'm about to do, you're going to see that there's more gains than losses. But again, there's always that risk. I don't want you to think that anything is ever a sure bet. So if you guys watched the video last week, you can see I lost, $1,100, I think, in one day. Last week was a rough week. This week we bounced back and really made up all that ground. So if you look here, just looking at the one day, we're up, about $100. If I go through and look at the last week, we're up $1,026. So it was a pretty stable week with just decent gains, which I'm happy with. Over the last month, we're up $2,200, and that even includes that bad pitfall week that we had last week, which you can see in here, right? Quite a bit of drops last week. But again, as I stated last week, that's why I want you guys to be patient. So if you are beginning investors and you have a bad day, or even like I did, had a bad week, don't sweat it, because eventually the market will come back, right? So don't panic and just sell off. If I look at the last 3 months, we're up 3,800, so that's really awesome. And if I go back to lifetime, we are now up $4,695, which is awesome. Hopefully over the next week, maybe we can get to cross that $5,000 mark, which would be neat. It is going to be a little bit harder with the fact that I am taking out this $5,900. This is going to get transferred back to my bank. So that won't be in there as balance to help grow. But still, I still think it's possible that we could hit that 5,000 mark next week. And that's really my market cap, or my portfolio review recap for this week. Remember, if you like these videos, smash that like button and subscribe. And if not, I hope to see you back here next Wednesday for my portfolio review. And remember, Saturdays we post videos for financial education, talking about saving, investing, and spending money. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you back here next week.